Your society is really comprised of very stupid men. All politicians, all lawyers, all businessmen will be phased out. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to be a revolution. You don't need it. Our society cannot be maintained by this type of incompetency. Now we've got to change our way of thinking or perish. Our system is dying.
We can rebuild it. We can get along. We don't gotta live a life of fear and doing wrong. It's an option. Every time we choose not to listen to our options, that's choosing the wrong one regardless. We can rebuild it. We can get along. We don't gotta live a life of fear and doing wrong. It's an option. Every time we choose not to listen to our options, that's choosing the wrong one regardless. It's just a matter of picking up all the scattered information with patience without getting too rattled. If you really wanna get down, then dig a little deeper. You can overcome anything, even the Grim Reaper. We can harmonize the process within our body. How we gonna clog it up and wonder how we get shoddy? You probably didn't think of it, only your short pleasures. An addiction is a beatable thing, not to be treasured. Forget a factory, give me the open green, and I guarantee I'ma outnumber how much you feed. Clean up is easy, anyone can do it. I can be a kind of brother if I choose it. So don't abuse it, you'll use it, the tools at hand. Don't rebel against the nature of man. Can't understand why you wouldn't wanna know and share all of this knowledge. So in suicidal habits, whatever you wanna call it. Vertical hydroponics on waves, that's supersonic. And Tesla electricity letting us be free for monthly payments. Bringing it straight back to basics, cause it's much more to life than chilling and getting wasted. Get up, stand up, as if you had enough. We can brag about potential, but I don't know for what. You can bump a song or even tattoo a lyric, but you gotta take action no matter how much you fear it. We can rebuild it, we can get along. We don't gotta live a life of fear and doing wrong. It's an option. Every time we choose not to listen to our options, that's choosing the wrong one regardless. We can rebuild it, we can get along. We don't gotta live a life of fear and doing wrong. It's an option. Every time we choose not to listen to our options, that's choosing the wrong one regardless. I wanna dig up the ground and let the rain fall. I wanna deliver the next time I get the same call. I wanna learn from every mistake I make or not. I don't wanna hide behind the excuse that I forgot. I'm trying to eradicate inorganic materials, but methods so rarely heard, they seem like near miracles. Try to imagine a life of resources, plentiful and taken from plenty of clean sources. It's not a prophecy, simply a possibility, whose only limitation is imitation humility. So build with me, make it the reality we manifest. I promise it'll soon be apparent what happens next. One good decision will result in another. Soon you'll start to clean and dig away at all the clutter. No longer will ideas be copywritten and held back. Since education's tied to our evolution, we help there. Let's clean the water, rotate our crops, compost our trash or recycle, never toss. Let's do away with concrete, it suffocates the soil. No longer package your foods in either plastic or foil. It's slave food that I will not embrace through my habits. If our ancestors still ran it, they'd have never let it happen. Your point of view's distorted in need of a little clarity. The way we live, compare it to less, I see the disparity. So share it, purify the air and the water. Share the knowledge so they're capable of solving any problem. No longer any borders and organisms that self-sustained. Limitless, having the will gives us a way.
We know who speaks for the nations, but who speaks for the human species? Who speaks for Earth?
There are no Negro problems, or Polish problems, or Jewish problems, or Greek problems, or women's problems. They're human problems. It would take 10 years to change the surface of the earth, to rebuild the world into a second Garden of Eden. The choice lies with you. The stupidity of a nuclear arms race, the development of weapons, trying to solve your problems politically by electing this political party or that political party, that all politics is immersed in corruption. If you took all of the gold and all of the wealth of this country, all of the certificates of debt and all of the land ownership, all of the diamonds and rings, and dumped it off the coast of Japan, as long as you didn't touch the American way of thinking, we would not be impoverished at all. America's wealth is not its gold, is not its banking institutions. These are false institutions. 10 or 15 years from now, our society will go down in history as the lowest development in man. We have the brains, the know-how, the technology, and the feasibility to build an entirely new civilization. To save our country, to save our land, to save our environment, to save our youth, our stupidity, our conflict, we've got to reorganize our way of thinking and reconsider our social aims.